Hi, and welcome back to It's Not Rocket Science. 5 questions over. Well, it's actually I'm just finishing a fruit tea rather than a coffee at the moment because I've probably had far too much coffee today. So I'm just going to try and do my best to not overwhelm my guest today, Andre Hoffmann, who is he calls himself the Doctor of Self Doubt. Uh, Andre guides people from being trapped in self doubt to potential to freedom and change their minds to change their lives. And I'm delighted, Andre, you're here with me today. And thank you for making a few minutes available to speak to me on my 5 questions over coffee.
Thanks for the invitation. I'm so happy. Hopefully, we'll inspire people to step into their power. I'm all in. Ask the
That's
questions.
always good. That's always good. So let's start with the question. Yeah, the first question that I have is so who is the person that you're trying to reach with this? What is the doubt that they have, and how do you identify them? How do they identify themselves?
What a good question. Now, I really need to go back to my old version of self. And I had a lot of doubts. It's having self doubt about why you're here for, what's your role or purpose in life. That was a big one for me. I wasn't feeling good enough. And I tried things that I never finished them. I never felt that I deserved success, and I thought I would just play small for the rest of my life. And I felt I need to compare myself to others most of the time, and my relationships have been, well, down the toilet at times because I even my investments, then not feeling good enough. The lack of self-worth has put me into situations where I invested money where I've never seen it again. The quick rich schemes, I have to say. And um, and my life basically collapsed at the age of 42. So I was about to lose my health because I was driving trucks in Australia. It was not a happy time. I had 2 children. They were quite disconnected from me. I worked 24/7. And my wife one morning said, well, is it time for us to divorce? And this is when I usually get the call when somebody has tried everything, and now it's time for a new mind to take over and reset them for life.
Mm, mm. And what is it that you find that the people that you're talking to like this have tried before? What is it you tried before they come across an expert like you who can help turn around their self-doubt, their inability to break themselves free of these problems?
I believe the results, and I think there's a quote in one of the books that I was writing. It's called "How to Become a Six-Star Business." The quote said, uh, "Your life never outperforms your beliefs and your skill level." And I was unconscious. I was bringing things from the past, and I've been just going in circles. And these circles have been, well, I tried meditation. I was reading hundreds of books because I was always hoping in the next book there is the Holy Grail to unlock myself. Uh, I've been doing past life regressions, seeing hypnosis psychologists, Tony Robbins events. I've seen T. Harv Eker live, John D. Martini. So the biggest names in personal development. But I
Mm,
didn't realize I was not specific enough about knowing, figuring out what my problem is, and then find a specialist to then solve it for me. So I spent over $100,000 on things that didn't actually work, and I spent 13 years trying to find the answers in 75 countries while I was roaming around this planet. Where I just needed the right mentor that I found
mm,
in Australia, and it took us what 6 to 12 months to almost uncover who I am, and this brand came out of that transformation. I realized my 43 years of struggle of looking for my self-worth has now started to make sense. Now I know why I have gone through that struggle with my dad and never feeling loved, never feeling good enough. Now I can help others to do the same jump, and I'm hoping it won't take 40 years.
So I understand you've got a great valuable piece of advice, valuable free offer for the people who are watching us today, and this link will be in the show notes, so I don't necessarily have to read it all out, but it's on screen at the moment. That's if you go to the website of doctorofselfworth.com and then look under self-worth resources, Doctor of Self-Worth, and then how to discover. Tell us, what's the resource? What is it that you'll find at that link?
I'm giving away my method, and
that's excellent.
and I think it would be too easy to use, because the biggest obstacle to personal transformations is the fact that if you are stuck in a certain limiting mind or mindset or thoughts or emotions, then unfortunately, as you are the person reading that resource, you are the person attending that event, you are filtering out most of the stuff that is confronting you and you probably should be doing. And and this is why reading books is giving you more IQ, but what you really need is a new experience of yourself. And that usually does not just happen by reading books. So please use that resource. I want you to understand where you might be stuck if you're listening to us, and do the exercises as much as you can. What I found after 200 books on personal growth, self-development, that I always found a way to self-sabotage.
Tell me, you've mentioned some of these books. Is there a particular book or a course? You've mentioned some great speakers you've been to see that really helped you to sort of come to this point now where you now understand yourself. You understand how you can help people to discover their own self-worth.
I believe like Anthony Robbins is a great and fine example. Yet these events where there are thousands and thousands of people, you will not necessarily be confronting your own specific problems. It won't be solved unless you are called on stage, which is almost like a lottery ticket to win. So I think the best course of action is to get a specialist. And this is why I give away free sessions for a whole 1 hour, 1.5 hours. I don't care, because whether one works with me or not, there must be big revelations, big, light bulb moments. At least someone gets it. Not trying to treat the symptoms of, oh, I haven't got money, my relationships are not working, or my health is deteriorating. Sometimes these are the areas of lives that are reflecting self-worth challenges. So once we've got the root, then at least you will work out who you need to see, or you need the specialist who can deal with that. And then this is why probably people are going to the dentist if they have a tooth problem. We're not going to see our lawyers, right? And these days, I believe we have wonderful, wonderful specialists. And this is why I want to offer anyone the chance to have that discovery call, where we can work out what's been. It's about connecting the dots. That's what people tell me usually. To connect the dots, like I had this wonderful lady about 3 weeks ago. She said, well, it doesn't seem like my businesses are going well. She's started 4 and never went and finished, become successful. And what we found out, it was interesting. She was telling me all of these symptoms. And I said, well, what's been like before? Like, where did you get this behavior that you don't finish things or don't commit? And she realized when I started to ask about the pattern, and she said, well, my parents divorced at the age of 2. And from that point, these 2 parents had really different habits and beliefs. And she started to sort of be loved by both of them. So she built this dual personality, and they wanted to be loved each other, and she could never go one way in her life, because it was not, she was feeling that she could lose the love from the other person and the other parent. So she's been trying to struggle and survive with 15-20 years of in between the two, and they were always conflicting each other. So interesting pattern.
Yes, yes. That's a fascinating story, and I trust you were able to help it. And I've put on screen the link that you've just mentioned, where you can get this free consultation in order to really sort of help people to understand exactly how they can overcome some of this. And that's at calendly.com, Doctor of Self-Worth /meet the doctor. Andre, you've given us some great insights into ways in which people are currently trying to struggle with some of these issues. But is there a question that you think I haven't asked, one that you feel I should have asked by now, that you would really like to sort of to emphasize as one of the things that you think is an important issue?
I believe that each one of us who's listening now and looking for solutions, like really simplified, and this is one of the resources on that page. If you click there, I think it's called Sort Your Shit Out So You Can Get What You Want, because like, make it so simple. Don't complicate it. Think of what are the symptoms, what are the problems that I'm dealing with in my life. And if I have all of these problems, how have I created them? What must I have been believing? Or what thoughts and emotions I might have that have created these problems? Then all you need to do is look for someone in the world who has had the same or very similar problems, and that person with consistent results are helping others to solve the same, and they come through resolved and with wonderful breakthroughs. Don't waste your time and money on anything else, because why would you do that? And if they have consistent results, if they have raving 5-star reviews, like I don't know how many I have, but still 5-star standing, then commit to the process. Like, that commitment is a must-have. So take every advice, follow the process, and I believe if you've done your research right, maybe not the first one, but maybe the second or the third one will help you. And this is why I have in that resource a few advices for you to check in how much your results matter to these people, because I do have money back guarantee for specifically that purpose, because I have spent over $100,000. So the last for my mentor, I said, well, is there a money back guarantee? Because I'm kind of having enough of, my IQ is over the roof, yet I'm stuck in a life where I'm working 60 hours a week, and I'm losing my kids and wife.
Andre, I think that's a wonderful way to finish this, which is, the look for the person that has the results and commit to their process, which is the secret that you need in order to be able to sort of move yourself forward, rather than spinning and watching other people and then just trying to emulate it. It is about sticking with that process that you know will produce the results that you're looking for. And so I just go back to your link and say, if you go to Doctor of Self-Worth and look for Self-Worth Resources, Doctor of Self-Worth, and then look for the How to Discover, you will get the resources I believe you'll need. I'm going to finish with a link of my own, where if you would like to get on a mailing list, so that every week you get an email that tells you about the people that are coming up on these live discussions where you can hear this sort of wisdom and hear this sort of amazing content which allows people to move forward in their business, in their life. Go to this, which is https://link.thecompleteapproach.co.uk. That's link.thecompleteapproach.co.uk/newsletter. Get onto that form. It's a simple form. It just asks for your first name, your email. That's it. You'll just get an email once a week, which basically just explains who's coming on, what they're about, so that you can join in and listen to some really great wisdom. And I want to thank Endre, the Doctor of Self-Worth, for making a few minutes with us this evening to just talk a little bit about what exactly he does and how he helps people. So Endre, thank you so much for your time.
See you very soon.
Thank you, Endre.
Thanks.